Over the years, we have seen YouTube hit the bottom of the barrel, or what we thought was the bottom of the barrel. But every single time YouTube does anything, we are shown that they can sink lower. We have seen YouTube censor out small channels. Any channel with less than 5,000 subscribers gets removed from the search results. We have seen them promote channels that have a lot of subscribers for the money. We have seen them censor out most videos, but if the video is made by somebody with a couple million subscribers, it gets to stay up. We have seen them trying to censor LGBT videos on the safe search. We have seen them roll out YouTube Heroes, which, if you don't remember, was a program where all of the SJWs who work for YouTube are allowed to basically police the website and mass flag videos that they simply don't like based on their SJW stupid opinion. We have seen them try to take down any controversial channel or any controversial video. We have seen them do mass demonetization. We have seen basically every stupid thing that they can do. Oh, and of course, removing people from search results, removing people from your subscriber list, unsubscribing altogether. The list goes on of awful things they've done. And what did they do this time? They are giving a grant of $25 million to the fake news media. I was going through Google trying to figure out which article I should pick to read in this video, and the last one I picked also mentioned 6 people that they're going to use to educate kids about fake news. So I figured I had to read this one. Let's begin. YouTube will start adding previews and links to news articles in order to combat fake news around events, and will enlist popular stars on the platform to teach kids about how to discern real news from falsehoods. You will remember the term fake news. Well, let's talk about how that started, a little bit of a refresher for you. The media, a long time ago, it's been about 2.5 years now, started the term fake news against people who talk about real news, like tell the truth, to get people to go back and watch CNN and stuff. It was their way to bring back their viewers. Then Trump took the term and made it his own, where he called CNN the fake news. A lot of people think that Trump is the one who made up the term fake news, but that's just what the fake news media told people. The truth is the media made it up, and then when Trump used it against them, because that's the truth, then they basically said that Trump's a dumbass for making it up when he didn't make it up. It also started around the Pizzagate time, but that might have just been a coincidence. Anyway, essentially all fake news is when people started realizing that mainstream media outlets are fucking liars, we started calling them fake news. And any outlet that tells the truth, like YouTubers such as Philip DeFranco or Mark Dice, or independent news outlets like the OANN or other independent news outlets you find online or on YouTube, the mainstream media was calling them fake to bring the attention back to themselves, but all it did was hurt the mainstream media even more because most people were starting to learn how much of liars the mainstream media is. For a long time, YouTube has been basically taking money and pushing crappy YouTubers who have a lot of subscribers to the front so they can get more ad revenue. That's why YouTube loves people like Jake Paul so much, because even though he's a piece of shit, YouTube loves him and lets him do whatever he wants because he makes the site a lot of ad revenue. A lot. And they do that with every big YouTuber, not just Jake Paul. And it seems that YouTube has put that very poorly deserved money to a very poor use. They are giving a $25 million grant to the mainstream media to give them the power back. their little fake news bullshit didn't work, so now they're giving them money. And of course, by demonetizing every independent YouTuber or just a controversial person, controversial people, controversial YouTubers, or YouTubers who try to actually tell the news like Mark Dice, they of course mass demonetized him and people like him, including myself, as a way for none of us to make any money, and then they gave the ad revenue they made from other stupid YouTubers to the mainstream media. In addition to linking to articles for breaking news and search results, it will also start adding text from third parties, including Wikipedia and Encyclopedia Britannica, on subjects that have had widespread misinformation. Misinformation, of course, is code for facts that they don't like. Sample topics include the moon landing and Oklahoma City bombing. I should also point out that now, if you search up like a news story now, the search results used to work like this. Either the person who had the most views or the most likes or the most watch time, or at least the most recent video, would be the one to come up at the top of the search result page. And as you scroll down the search result page, you'll find videos that have less watch time, and so on and so on and so on. Now, we've known for a while that YouTube keeps small YouTubers, or anyone who tells the truth, out of the search results. It was also proven that YouTube fixed the trending tab to be whatever videos they wanted to promote and not what was actually trending based on their viewership. But now what they've done is they've taken all the fake news outlets that they think are real, aka the mainstream media, such as the Huffington Post, CNN, ABC, NBC, the New York Times, etc. And now when you type something in, those are the results you're going to see first. Philip DeFranco's video talking about the same news story might have 6 million views and have the most watch time. But because Philip DeFranco will tell the truth, he will now be put down maybe on page 4 or something. And the first result will be CNN, then NBC News, MSNBC, CBS, the Huffington Post, the New York Times, etc. All of the mainstream media outlets are going to come up in the search results first, and then all the independent YouTubers or whoever is going to come up later in the results. It could be page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. Even if you type in the exact type, because the thing is, it might be the same story across many different outlets or YouTubers, but everybody kind of changes their title a little bit, right? Even if you type in the title exactly to a specific YouTuber you're looking for, that video still won't come up first. It's going to be the mainstream media outlets first, and then the video that you specifically typed in. And that's how you know they're doing it on purpose, because before, even though there might be hundreds or thousands of videos on the same topic, if you type in the exact title, word for word, letter by letter, that specific person's video should come up first. But it doesn't. It's the mainstream media YouTube channels first, no matter what. Then, of course, the other random YouTubers, controversial YouTubers, independent news source YouTubers, people like me, etc., etc., etc. This is absolutely repulsive. This is the ultimate form of censorship from YouTube. The efforts are part of the 300 million Google News initiative that was announced in March, intended to help combat fake news, aka real news, on the company's platforms and give publishers more opportunities to make money. Monday's announcement explained what YouTube was doing with its 25 million portion of the budget. With the funds, YouTube is specifically investing in 3 main areas. It's creating a work group with news organizations including Fox Media, Brazil's Jovan Pan, and India Today, and media experts, to make product recommendations and improve news on YouTube. Improve news on YouTube? No. Let's translate that to reality. To force people into watching bullshit fake news mainstream media and push away independent people who just want to tell the truth. Because you're sick fucks. The company will provide funding in 20 global markets to help global outlets in building video capabilities. It is also expanding its global support for news organizations. Yes, let's grow our fucking support for CNN. Yet, controversial YouTubers like myself who actually are going to tell you facts, they're censored. Why am I talking like this is some big surprise? Of course, that's what they've been doing for fucking, it's gotta be like, what, 6 or 7 years now. All they want to do is censor people like me. And no matter how much we fight back, by turning off our TVs and not watching CNN, or pushing independent people who want to tell the truth, and even turning the fake news term back on themselves, no matter what, we keep losing. And the reason is simple, because the truth does not win in a race against money. This was YouTube's final desperation to get people like me or Mark Dice or fucking Philip DeFranco out of here by using $25 million as part of the $300 million. This is not a ploy to support real news. This is their last, final, desperate attempt to destroy real news. That's all this is. I picked this article because it had 6 people that were mentioned as teaching kids fake news, which I'm very afraid of. It's like teaching kids religion. And the 6 people are Ingrid Nielsen, Mark Watson, John Green, ASAP Science, Destin Sandlin, and Alonzo Loren. Honestly, I'm not kidding, before I saw the 6 names, I genuinely thought it would be people like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, the Young Turks. That's actually who I thought it would be. Basically, morons. But I don't know who these 6 people are, so I can't really say very much, though. I'm gonna go out on a limb and use my pretty much always right instincts and say they're a bunch of fucking idiots, probably SJWs, and they're gonna teach bullshit. Welcome to the Church of YouTube, where we force feed you my cock. I'm disgusted. But what else can I say? What else can possibly surprise me from YouTube? We talked over and over and said that our free speech is dead, or that it's dying. Well, it's not dying anymore. It really is just straight up, flat out dead. Beep, 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 beep. What can we do? People say that in the end the truth wins. Well, no. Money always wins. They put $300 million into destroying real news. That's how desperate they were. Even Trump couldn't fucking destroy the mainstream media. Well, once we're all taken off YouTube, and YouTube is fully, I've been calling YouTube PartnerTube for several years, but once YouTube really is 100% just about like the mainstream media, YouTube partners, famous people like Jake Paul or PewDiePie, and the entire website destroys everybody like myself, flat out deletes all of our channels, and is just a money-making website, then maybe people will finally wake up. But at that point, it'll be too late. Your free speech will be dead and you can't fight back. Not that it matters anyway. Anyway, what are your thoughts?